Sit, turn type, sit. Good boy. Ruff.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
I go into this pay-per-view, right? Because everybody was so I guess they were excited for what was on the card. And in my mind, I'm going, what was there really on the card to be excited for? Because I've been watching AEW and there was really nothing on there that built up to anything. But what I realized, what everybody was excited for, which even my daughter sent me a link to, was the Costco guys. Like, I don't. Do you know them?
I no, I never heard of these Costco guys, but when they started introducing them with this whole thing with QT, I
Mm,
was like, all right, let me see who the hell are these guys? I see as a father and son, and then I see that the father used to wrestle in the indie scene out here back in the day,
right.
like in the late 90s, early 2000s. So I'm wondering maybe because he kind of looked vaguely familiar.
Mm.
So I was wondering if maybe I saw him at a random show a couple of times back then. But my God, the pop they got,
That's
it was
that's what
crazy.
I said. So I was even like I said, am I out of touch? Are they not on my algorithm? Like I didn't know what the hell it was.
Yeah, I mean, I know they're huge on TikTok. I don't have TikToks, as you know. So this is the first time I'm hearing about these guys and the
I thought
Rizzler.
I thought TikTok usually trickles down to Instagram anyway, one way or another. I don't know.
Yeah, but I've never heard of I don't even know why they're called the Costco guys. Like nothing. They're into chocolate chip cookies. I see.
I said the same thing. I was like, I'm so lost. Like I'm
I don't know.
when I asked Sally, I said, "Hey, Sally, do you know these guys?" She goes, "Yeah, I know who they are." I was like, "Are you interested in watching this?" She goes, "Not really. I'm not. I don't really like them." So I'm like,
Okay.
"So why are you sending this to me?" I don't know. I just want to know if you're going to watch it. It's like, okay.
I mean, I saw that. I think the dad had posted something on Twitter and
Mhm.
got like 11 million views about the show. 11 million views about Full Gear.
That's insane. Like honestly, that is just to have a reach like that is mind blowing.
Exactly. And maybe that's what AEW needs to do more often.
I'm starting to believe that we're in the wrong. We're doing the wrong thing.
Who
I
you
think
telling?
I think we should start going around the country, going into different. I told Sally, listen, we're gonna be the Burlington boys. We're gonna go into every Burlington now
The
and just
Burlington Boys.
yeah, we're just gonna go into every Burlington's right now and just
Right.
and show off what we like what every Burlington is doing right now. Oh, look, they have a wide selection of socks. I don't know, like come on,
3.99. 3.99.
you could get this right now.
Yeah.
So if you guys don't know, I'm sitting in with our girl, New York Wrestle Media's own uh, history and headlocks. Ariana Nata Grande is stopping in, and of course, um, I bring the beauty in this, but she brings the elegance. Let's just say that. I just want to keep everybody in tune with that.
Facts.
And we're gonna be covering Full Gear, our review of it, and just I'm not even gonna go through all the pre-shows, matches and such, but just quickly, I was surprised that Deonna Purrazzo has just wow, really curtain
Yeah,
jerker, huh?
I see that they've been repackaging her with Taya Valkyrie. And they've had those little promos building up with their almost like a mafioso kind of gimmick that they've got going on.
Mm.
So I don't know. I mean, I feel like if they're doing this, are they building up to a women's tag team division?
I would possibly believe that that should be in the cards, or if
I think it should.
at least for Ring of Honor at the moment.
Mhm.
Uh, Taya almost she almost had me like check the coloring on my TV. I thought I had the contrast or the tint off because the way her hair color was.
Yeah, it's like that lemon yellow.
Yeah, it kind of threw me off, and I was like,
Yeah.
you know, you're gonna go old school and bang the side of the TV, but like,
She looked great though.
oh,
She's
she
looks
does,
amazing.
yeah.
She's lost some weight. She looks good,
Um, we
But
get
let's
a
see.
yeah,
I don't know.
we will see because what is that? Do we think we need something like that for the women's division in AEW?
I think so because they have so many women.
Yeah.
They have so between them and the girls in Ring of Honor. I mean, there's so many of them, and I feel like if they had a tag division, they could utilize a lot of them because you also have like the Renegade Twins. Like, why
Mhm.
do you have a tag team there if they're not gonna be fighting for something, right?
Right. Right.
Striving for something, right? And then you're pairing up Taya and Diana, and you have other people that could be paired up. Like if take Ty Conti comes back, or Ty Mello, she could be paired up with Anna Jay again or something.
Right. Yeah. There is some teams that could be created there.
Yeah,
Something interesting, yeah, enticing.
yeah.
Uh we didn't get a fatal four-way match. Buddy Matthews, Dante Martin, Commander, and Beast Mortals. Didn't really care. The only thing I cared the fact about is I'm looking at Buddy and I said, wow, he's huge. Like like body
Just
wise.
beef.
Yeah, I'm like,
And then like surprisingly not a single tattoo.
right.
Right?
Unless he has it hidden in certain areas we don't know about.
That
But
that Rhea knows about.
right, exactly. We get he gets the win there. Then we get the singles match with Big Boom AJ with Big Justice and the Rizzler versus QT Marshall. Ah,
I
I
mean, I was not expecting anything from this match, and I was actually kind of, sort of, pleasantly surprised. They did pull out a little more than I expected.
uh-huh.
I guess I know this was his first match in a long time. And
Mhm.
he looked decent for somebody who hasn't wrestled in like 2 decades. I I guess he and QT have been working very, very hard together,
Right.
prepping him. So I went in with zero expectations and ended out with like that wasn't that bad. The crowd ate it up.
This is what got me. QT lost by a spear from a kid.
I know. I was like,
A spear from a kid.
and it wasn't even a good spear. That what that shows you that QT isn't about getting wins. It's about putting people over, I guess.
I
You
it's
know.
right now I can just hear Cornette. Yay, look, it's cute. Everybody could go in the ring and wrestle. Yeah. Then finally we had in the pre-show, we had a four-way tag match, which I was surprised was on the pre-show.
Hmm.
Um yeah, private party versus the Outrunners, Kings of the
Oh
Black Throne, and the Acclaimed.
no, it wasn't on the pre-show.
Was that? Oh no, no,
No,
no,
what
yeah.
happened?
Oh
Remember
no,
they started coming out
it
during the
led
pre-show, and
right,
then
right,
they segued
it
into
led
the main show.
right, it let in. You're right. Yeah, it let in.
Right.
So, which by the way, I want to thank you guys for introducing me to the Outrunners because those guys are fucking hilarious.
They're great,
They're fucking hilarious.
and they're so over.
The names Truth Magnum and Turbo Floyd, like they that just screams 80s nostalgia.
Everything. They nailed that gimmick. The hair. Like, do they purposely shave the tops of their heads to get the Hulk Hogan look?
You gotta live the gimmick, bro. You gotta live it. You gotta live the gimmick.
Yeah, they're awesome.
The one thing that I'm starting to see, I guess I maybe I've been missing it for a while, but there's some cracks in the relationship and the Acclaim that Bowens
Yes.
and Caster aren't on the same page anymore.
They have been building that up for the last maybe 3 or so weeks. Basically, ever since MVP came along, we started seeing the cracks in their team up because MVP was trying to recruit them.
Uh-huh.
Remember that when he gave them the card and Bowens was like, "Fuck this shit, I don't want this," and then Caster kept the card,
Right, right, right.
and he still carries it to this day.
Mhm.
And Caster's kind of been acting very standoffish with Bowens, basically cutting him off during their promos to cut his own little promo. You saw last night when he threw the mic at him.
Yeah, yeah. I was like,
Yeah,
ooh,
yeah. So
someone's being catty tonight.
they're building up the breakup of the Acclaimed, I think, which is fine. I'm done with them.
You're already cashing out.
Yeah.
I've who I thought that really stuck out in this match, and surprisingly for me,
Mhm.
was Quinn. Mark Quinn stuck out for me in this match, and
Right.
Isaiah took a lot of a lot of bumps in this match, but
Hmm.
they showcasing that Mark still got it in him after all the couple of years with injuries and such. He's still running. He got him.
Yeah. He looks good.
Yeah. So private party retain here. No surprises in all for me. I pretty much uh, uh saw that coming. But for an opening match, I thought it was fun. I thought it was
Mhm.
cool. Nothing outlandish.
Good way to
Uh,
warm up.
next up we get Roderick Strong versus MJF. The lead up for this was Roderick and Adam had to win 3 matches so they could be able to face MJF. Adam wasn't able to get the 3, so Roderick gets it in. This was a very point and click match with me saying that this was slow. Um, at some point, I felt as though that they dragged it longer than it should. And when I look at it now, it's only 13 minutes. I thought it was actually longer.
Really, only 13.
Yeah, yeah. It was just for me. It was just evenly balanced. I didn't see anything here that really stood out for me. Your thoughts? Oh no, I can't hear you.
Sorry, my bad.
There you go. I thought it was your thoughts.
Yeah, for me, it felt like a typical MJF match. You know,
Mm.
a lot of intense spots. I mean, they worked well together.
Right.
Really good chemistry in the ring together. But yeah, it was your typical MJF match.
Shocking for me was that he won by submission. I was like, oh, okay.
That did throw me off too. I wasn't sure where. I really thought Roddy was going to actually squeak this one out, but um, they did a great job with the arm selling though.
Yeah, I that was a good I guess addition to putting more in place of what's been going on in the
Mhm.
past. Continuing on, at least keeping that continuality, the continuing going with that. I
Yes.
just like I said, it just like for me, pacing wise, it just was like you said, maybe when it's MJF in a ring with a higher caliber individual, because to me, I said, wow,
Hmm.
Roddy has not been the Roddy since Ring of Honor in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, he's not getting any younger either.
right.
So he does have to, but he's 40, I think. So he's going to have to start slowing down. But um, yeah, I mean, on its own, it was a very good match.
Mhm.
But compared to the rest of the show, typical, like I
Yeah,
said, typical MJF match where he bullies his opponent around and cheats to win, or he didn't really cheat, but pulls his little tactics here and there. Then that's it. The tap out was a shock.
yeah. That was it. That was and not a bad finish, but still, I was like, oh, really? That's where we're going with it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
But then we get the afterbirth with that. We get the the pulmonizing of the arm,
Mm-hmm.
the chair, and we get the run-in with Adam Cole and such, and MJF scurries off. But then we get a real catty Kyle O'Reilly going on here? What's going on here?
Yeah, he pushed him. He pushed Adam on his ass, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the something's building up there too, because he seems to have this animosity towards Adam. Like he's blaming Adam for losing focus and for dragging everybody into this feud with MJF.
Right.
All right, so I'm curious to see what they're planning to do with this.
Adam. So
Because I would think I would think eventually Kyle will reunite with them once the whole whatever's going on ends, the whole
Right.
feud, because obviously he's going to have a feud with Adam for some reason. I do think he's going to end up reunited with the Kingdom. So with the Kingdom and Roddy, and so let's see.
Next up, we get Chris Statlander versus Mercedes Moné for the AEW TBS Championship. When I tell you that this match for the first, Jesus Christ, this match went 20 minutes. Oh Lord!
Wow.
For the first 16 minutes, dragged and was bone dry for me.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't until the last 4 minutes when they picked it up that I got into it again. But for that first time, because it looked like they were still, for me watching it, that they were still like they've never been in a match or around each other before. It looked very
really
sketchy. Yeah,
I have the complete opposite feeling of this match.
Okay.
From the moment the match started, I was like, wow, this I haven't seen Mercedes look this good in a long time. She was sharp. She was hitting her spots without being clumsy. She was aggressive. She was pulling out some innovative moves. I thought the chemistry was fantastic. The match had me hooked from start to finish. Like I wasn't even mad that Mercedes won because I was like, this is probably Mercedes' best match since she's arrived to AEW.
Yeah, I looked at what was the push for the last 4 minutes, because I think that's when for me the way I took it, because even there were spots when they were going outside and such, and I'm like, okay, let's bring it back in the ring, because you guys were actually getting more of a sense and feeling of what was going on inside. But but best seeing her in AEW in quite some time. Possibly, I think maybe her and Willow had done some stuff a little bit early on before.
Yeah, that was good stuff too.
Yeah, but for this on this night, like I said, the last 4 minutes had me captivated. We get Mercedes Moné getting the win, retaining her AEW TBS Championship. Next up, we get Adam Page versus Jay White. Another one of those matches. Didn't really care. Didn't really know what was the purpose. What was the goal for it? Jay looked very plain. I don't know. If you looked gear wise, he looked plain.
Yeah, he's never really been one to be very flashy with his gear, though.
We've seen him. I mean, I always liked his old gear that had the scratch marks on it. I've always liked that kind of gear. But today he was just a little bit, I don't know, pelao, as they would say. The match itself, once again, one of those typical for me. Jay does always and can put it on when he wants to put it on. I guess they were trying to show some kind of history between the two, especially
they were tapping into the Ring of Honor footage from several years ago, right?
But by the way, I have said the worst music that they've ever used to introduce a pay-per-view was what they used on Full Gear, which was November Rain by Guns N' Roses. I thought it was like, I didn't understand the correlation. I didn't see it. Why? Because it was in November? I'm
thinking that's the only reason why. It was a very interesting pick. Yeah. I don't know. It's such a long song, number one. Right. It's like an 8-minute song. Right. And it's a ballad. Yeah, I didn't understand that either.
And then they didn't even use like the instrumental. They used the lyrics. And And hell, even I can freaking be able to edit an audio version of the song and use vocals and instrumentals, and because you had promos being spoken over the
Right.
I'm like,
Yeah.
that doesn't work. No.
They should have just taken the parts like the end part of the song where it's like the guitar comes in really hard and
Right.
heavy, and you can hear maybe a little singing, but it's just very minimal, and that's what they should have used and just looped it a little bit. But they used that. I mean, they must have paid a pretty penny, and they were like, "Let's just use this whole song from start to finish."
Yeah, because Axel don't come cheap when it comes to
No,
music.
nope, nope. That's a legend, man. That's a legend.
That's funny because we were waiting for the part, and I was going, all right, let's see how it matches up with when the big part comes in. Boom, 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 and it was flat. I go, yep, there we go. There we go.
And you know they're usually really good with their vignettes.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who called that one.
Yeah, this one was a little too long.
But as for Jay and Hangman, wow, this one went 20 minutes as well. Shit, like what the hell? Not a bad match. I'm not gonna say that, but for me, it was I don't know. I think for me, I think they're really struggling to find out what to do with Hangman next.
Yeah. I mean, at first I thought that he was going to win this match.
Mm-hmm.
I really thought that Hangman was going to get this match and maybe build up to a rubber match for like World's End, or even, for World's End, I guess. Right. You can't really drag this into February. But I feel like maybe they're building up where he lost another match. He's going to just keep spiraling downward.
Right.
Because he just seems to be losing his grip. Because you saw he went to chase after Jay after the match. He was sitting there like with those eyes, and then he just ran out the ring trying to chase after Jay, who was just trying to like escape.
Right.
He had the leg injury.
Yeah.
You know. So.
Then I said his long-lasting image will be the burning house. That is now his image for the rest of his career.
Yeah, because it's like, how do you top that?
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah,
he made it away.
And I love this unhinged Hangman. I love this for him because it's so different from what he's always been, which was like the good cowboy, the good hero. Like, I love this. So I want to see a little more unhingedness from him.
But don't we already have an unhinged guy known as John Moxley?
Well, why not have them both be unhinged on both sides?
Jay White gets the win here, like we mentioned. Next up, we get Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher, which, by the way, shout out to M2 Inc., who said that Kyle Fletcher is starting to look like when you buy Randy Orton off of Temu.
He does. I keep saying that when he cut his hair, I said, "Wow, he's looking like Randy Orton right now because he's got the size that short. When he had the really short hair like that, Randy, the trunks,
the tattoos,
tattoos. Yeah. But he looks. I mean, listen, Kyle looks fantastic though.
Yeah.
And I mean, not to jump over you and go into the match, but I thought he looked incredible in this match.
Yeah. I was always afraid with Kyle because his legs never really looked like they were of wrestling caliber. I seen him, it always kind of reminded me of Rick Rude. He's like he always needed to. The reason why we wear pants is because we know that that's not where the moneymaker is at. Mm-hmm. But it looks like he put on some weight there. It looks like he's awesome. Putting it up. Yeah. So, not a bad match at all. Of course, whenever you get Ospreay in this match, and now you get a Fletcher who looked, like you said, looked really good in this match. This was a match that if anybody who had the urge to take a nap would wake you up. There was a spot that Ospreay did on the outside when he used the steps and such, and I was like, oh, okay, well, that's a move.
That's crazy. I mean, it just I kind of like the storytelling in this match because Kyle came in like, I was your understudy. I'm trying to, I was under your shadow. I'm trying to get out of it. And it almost gave me, I was telling Francisco because he didn't get to watch it last night. I'm like, it gave me that vibe of like the superhero's buddy who turned on him. And now he's the super villain and he's just like overpowering him. in that moment to overpower the superhero, kind of like you see
Right.
those in the movies. Like that's how he came off. Like he came off as this super villain who was overpowering the hero. He was overpowering his former hero. Like
Mhm.
he was beating the shit out of Will Ospreay in this match.
Yeah. I'm glad that uh, the Timu version of Paul Heyman, which is Don Callis, it's not it's not readily too involved in things.
Yeah, he's too busy talking on the mic, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But I mean, I enjoyed the match. I enjoyed what they did with Kyle in this match because he has potential to be a big star. And I remember like Mike always saying, "Oh, but they always have him jobbing," and I'm like, "Well, here we go. He didn't job on this one. He beat
Oh,
Will Ospreay."
yeah. Which was
Yeah,
I think it's a shock for everybody as well. They
a
didn't see that.
total.
Yeah.
And the way he beat him, he dominated him.
Yeah.
You know.
And which what you probably need at this moment right now for to get this Osprey Superman feeling off of him for now.
Yes, like he's vulnerable. He's a little broken. His arm, his shoulder, his neck. Now
Right.
now he has to build himself back up to be that superhero.
Right.
And we'll see that. We'll see that maybe at in Australia.
Well, let's see, bro. Next up, we get probably for me, shockingly, I didn't think that I would really get into this, but it was for the TNT Championship, Jack Perry versus Daniel Garcia. I love the new look of Garcia. I'm with this.
Absolutely.
I'm glad we could move away from the dancing.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to see Red Death come back legitimately, and Jack Perry actually impressed me in this match. It was a real battle here. I enjoyed this match.
Yeah, me too. They were great.
Um,
Really happy Garcia got the win.
Very emotional. I believe he had his
Yeah,
peoples in the audience.
yeah, he did. He did.
And won by submission, was what I believe should have happened here.
Oh yeah, and that feel of like Jack basically sacrificing himself, right? At the end where he was like, "Here I am." He did the Raven thing, like I keep
Right.
saying. He parallels Raven around, and he threw his arms up in the air, like, "All right, here you go. Do what you got to do. Destroy me." And that's exactly what he got. Yeah. Pile driver. He got he tapped out.
You asked for it, you got it.
Right, he got it.
So
And then of course the whole. I'm sorry. I like how I think it was Excalibur that said it. Like he has painted himself as a scapegoat again by sacrificing himself in this match or something like that. I'm like, interesting.
Shout out to the boy Daniel Garcia, who is a friend of the show. Shout out to the guy.
So I love him. Yeah. I want to meet him. He's adorable.
I wonder if I still have his number.
Put him on the show.
Next up, we get Ricochet versus Tenosuke Takeshita. That's a
Takeshita. Yeah, that last name, man, brutal.
Yeah. Shockingly for me, I so didn't care about this match. I swear, I was and it's not to say because he left WWE, there's something about him, but it is. I would think that with Ricochet and AWA, there will be some form of elevation with him. And I think maybe it's not hitting right now. I don't know what it is. It's just not hitting for him right now. And I think it's because Takeshita is right now the guy that needed to get this push that he's getting now.
Absolutely.
That I feel that I'm more on that wave, but
yeah,
with Ricochet, it's like it was not there for me.
It's hard because he came in where in that mix where there's so many strong contenders right now. You know, you had Ospreay, Takeshita, Kyle Fletcher. Now Mark Davis is back, and Hobbs is back, and it's like we got to find a place for him to fit in. So maybe after this loss, this is his first loss, right? Maybe
is it his first loss?
This was his first loss. Yeah, he was undefeated until Takeshita kicked his ass. Which I love Takeshita. I'm a big mark for him. I'm happy he won. I was like, don't make him a transitional champion. No. So I'm happy that he kept the belt. But maybe with Ricochet after this, maybe a slight little tweak, put him in. I think maybe put him in with the Hurt Syndicate.
Yeah, there was talks of possibility. That's a conversation that came up. Bobby Lashley mentioned that he's always loved the style and always loved the look, and there's always something with him that he needs to work on.
Mm-hmm.
The promo style definitely promo style needs to be worked on. But when you got a voice box like MVP,
Mm-hmm.
it could help elevate you. So that's a
Yeah.
possibility.
Like I find like there's been a few times where he's been on the mic, Ricochet, where he came off a little cocky
Mm,
and a little, a little aggressive and cocky, and I kind of like that coming from him because you don't expect it. Because
right.
again, we barely ever heard him talk before. So when those little moments came out, it was like a little shining light that came out of him, and I'm like, maybe he could be a heel.
The funny part is like, well, we're hearing it now, especially in New Japan, where he was debuting, and he spoke, and somebody sent the meme and was like, "Why is it every time Ricochet speaks, it sounds like he's about to cry?"
I was trying to figure that out. I'm like, I don't hear it, but okay.
Like he's at the like the voice is cracking, like he's about to go.
At his wits' end.
Yeah.
Oh, I know that feeling.
Takeshita gets a win here. He retains the AEW International Championship. We next get Bobby Lashley versus Swerve Strickland. Swerve is Swerve. I give that. Swerve will be Swerve. Just for me, I don't know. Again, Bobby. I don't know. Bobby, for me, I guess I maybe would have thought that there should have been a little bit more of a build up for this. I know it's been a tease around for the longest already. I know they've been chasing the whole Prince Nana stuff and all that.
Right.
But I would have thought that, especially what happened on Dynamite, in which they knocked out Lashley and such.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked to have seen this played out a little bit longer before we got this match.
Mm-hmm.
Then we get it, and I'm going, no, not yet. I'm not feeling it now. I'm not.
Yeah.
Not it.
First, that match was really quick.
How they had it here? Yeah, they had it here for 13 minutes. I think they were working on time restraints after that.
Possibly, but yeah, especially with the way the show ended.
But, yeah.
That, whew. But it was. I felt like the match was very not rushed. I don't want to say it felt rushed, but it just felt very sudden. Like it started and then just ended just as quickly.
Right.
He put him in the what's it called? The Hurt Locker? The Hurt what's it called?
The Hurt Lock.
The Hurt Lock.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the movie Hurt Locker.
No, but I think it is called the Hurt Locker. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, something like that. And that was it. Swerve was out.
Yeah, done by technical submission.
I don't know why. I thought somebody was gonna come out and like either a new member of the syndicate or somebody was gonna come out to back up Swerve, but that didn't happen at all.
No. Of course, we're going to see this play out even longer. We're going to see how the Hurt Syndicate begins to grow more and more. Just wondering how this is going to play out down the line for Swerve, and see how if we could get a better chemistry down the line. And lastly, what was that?
I was like, he needs allies.
Yeah.
It can't just be Nana. It can't just be Nana. Obviously, Nana was getting tossed around like nothing.
Really? So, not just Nana. We saw him in ring gear before. Nana could probably
go. Oh yeah, of course. Hopefully, I mean, I don't. We don't. What's the last time he's ever wrestled? It's been a while. Huh?
Yeah, I don't remember the last time. Yeah, definitely should.
Yeah, but yeah, I think Swerve needs some kind of allies. Somebody.
I don't know if Nana even wants to take a bump anymore. No, don't put your hands on me. Boot up. So
did you see when Bobby threw him out the ring a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah,
he just crashed into the turnbuckles, into the stairs. Poor thing.
Oh, listen, don't worry, don't worry, Nana. All you need is some Thanksgiving. You'll be all right. You put an extra 10 pounds. You'll be all right.
Yeah, he'd be good.
Nextly and lastly, we get for the AEW World Championship, we get Orange Cassidy versus John Moxley. I would not be surprised if people started single filing out the door during the middle of this match.
Yeah.
Are you a fan of Cassidy? Like, is there?
No, I don't consider myself a fan. I don't mind him, but I don't think he should have been in this position.
Are you a fan of him doing the rah promos this day and age, like these past couple of weeks?
I find them humorous because they're rah, but they're so dull. Intentionally, like, hello there.
Yeah.
So I for me, it's like, it's hard to take him seriously. And I'm not saying he should just be a comedy act with his whole little "I'm a chill dude" kind of like that little cartoon meme that's been popping up lately with the little dog.
Yeah.
Have you seen it? That's basically Orange Cassidy. But I don't know. I just didn't feel like he was the right person to be in this position with Moxley.
Well, was it on Dynamite or did it happen to? No, it was one of the nights, if I'm trying to remember correctly, where they're attacking him, and he gets up and he does his little kicks during a fucking. And I'm like, you should get your ass whipped. They should.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, yo, like, it's just, I don't know. He just was not the right. Listen, I guess they're trying to hold off on Darby for a little bit,
Right.
having Darby be rogue and just coming out of nowhere and attacking them. They want to build that up. But I feel they needed to. I don't know who they could have picked, but somebody else should have been facing Moxley last night. It shouldn't have been. It shouldn't have been Orange.
And of course, we had Stone Cold John Moxley. I listen. I always have to preface it when I say I love Mox. I've always been a fan of Mox, but he could piss me off at any moment. As well too. Like, and not even in a good way, like the heat way. It's just, what are you doing, Mox? Mox is very passive aggressive with a lot of shit that he does, and you could tell in his wrestling he's doing the same shit too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we get Moxie to get the retain here with the win, and then we get a whole schmaz that happens.
Overbooked.
You want to call out what happened here?
Oh my god. Okay, so now we get everybody comes into the ring. They start beating up on Cassidy. You get the conglomeration. They come out too. Next thing you know, Christian comes out. No, sorry, Hangman comes out, and he comes into the ring with the chair, and he bashes Yuta with the chair, and everybody's confused, like, what's going on here? And then he and Moxley face off in the ring, just looking at each other, and Christian's music hits. He comes out with his contract, and he low blows Moxley, and it looks like they're ready to set up this match. Hangman tells him, "All right, cool, go ahead, you." He leaves the ring, and next thing you know, Jay White comes out. Ruins any chance of Christian getting his title shot, and they all take off running, and Jay's like grabs a chair and he starts following after them. Now they're backstage scurrying, and a car comes out of nowhere, slams into their truck, and they're grabbing random keys, jump into another truck, and they skate off, and out comes Darby from the car bleeding,
bashing the car with his skateboard,
screaming,
trying to climb to the hood of the car, which he hit.
I was like, wow, that's a lot in the span of 5 minutes.
I said,
and they're like, what are you doing?
I said, somewhere looking down upon us, Dusty's going, now that's a schmaz, baby. Now that's a Dusty finish.
Man, they took the page right out of the whole Bloodline storylines, where they just have everybody come into the ring, but one by one, and just, woo.
I was sitting back in awe, just watching, and just saying to myself, what a mess. Like, what?
It was a mess, but at the same time, I enjoyed it.
I was like,
who's next?
Exactly. Like, I was like, you might as well have brought out, I don't know, Serpentico or somebody. I was like, everybody's already, yeah, exactly. Shit. But
I mean, I guess it's they're teasing buildups for the future. Who's going to be the one to face off Moxley next? You know.
That, and I'm guessing to see that we're looking to get the buildup of AEW versus the Death Riders, and who will be able to leap from being mortal enemies to allies against the Death Riders. And it's like,
right,
wow, this is all over the place.
It is. I mean, I the idea of Hangman getting involved, I'm with that. He could still stay, like we were saying earlier, unhinged.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but still say, I may be crazy right now, but this is AEW. This is still my, you know, my home.
I laugh because it was I think it was the strong man out of everybody, Claudio, was sitting there tossing everyone. I think he grabbed Rocky, threw him against the back. Then all of a sudden, Rocky's on top of the freaking top rope, and he throws himself on the top.
And everybody's just like, knocks everybody over. You see Ishii. Like, damn, okay. Where was Mark? There was no Briscoe. He wasn't there that night.
Right, yeah.
Day off. He's
so
always fun to see. I actually want to see, though. I want to see Mark Briscoe versus Moxley at some point. We got.
I just like I like just hearing Mark say the conglomerations.
Conglomeration. He's so adorable.
Like, we're here with the conglomerations, and
I love him.
Full Gear. It was AEW's pay-per-view.
I mean, wasn't their best of the year? Wasn't. It's still a good show overall. I mean, it had a lot of action in it, which we kind of come to expect from their pay-per-views.
I just think they got to tighten it up, man. There's got to be a lot more to go in there. This just got to tighten it up. They had 12. Once again, every match, every pay-per-view is WrestleMania. Like it's
and I thought that this one was going to be smaller, like a smaller scale in terms of like the card. It felt like it was going to have less matches, and then it kind of added a couple towards the end.
They're definitely giving you more bang for your buck, honestly.
I mean, yeah, if you're gonna be paying $50 for a pay-per-view, give me all the matches, man.
Load it up.
I'm glad I didn't go live.
Yeah, I did ask. I was inquiring if you were gonna go.
Yeah. I was looking at tickets at one point, and I'm like, I don't, all they had left were nosebleeds, and I did nosebleeds at Prudential, and it's awful up there.
Oh, okay.
If you feel like you're gonna fall out your seat, so
yeah.
I was like, yeah, no, I'll just sit at the comfort of my living room in front of my TV, enjoy it like that.
Yeah, I was talking to the guys about what's gonna look like for down the line when it comes to ticket sales, because now they've just been ridiculous. And I'm like, as much as I want to be there for SummerSlam, if the tickets are outlandish and you're gonna get them in the bleeders, I'm like, nah, I'm good.
No, I'm not paying $200-$300 to sit in a fucking scaffold. No,
I'm good.
No. I mean, I still want to go into town for it, like go to Jersey, because they're gonna have WrestleCon,
right?
And I'm sure they're gonna have a GCW, may have a little collective, other indie shows, So I definitely would like to just see what's gonna happen going forward outside of WWE,
Yeah, I even told the guys, I said, hell, I'll even enjoy a freaking to do what is it? When you're in the parking lot, I forgot a fucking.
I know.
Yeah, I just escaped my head.
A tailgate.
I said, I'll even do that. I said, somebody pull out a screen, we out there chilling, do whatever, and especially in the summertime,
it'd be hot as hell.
The barbecue with some drinks going on. Hell yeah, I'm with that.
I'm down with that.
But just a big announcement, guys. We're gonna be watching this Turnbuckle Tabloid in collaborations with, of course, New York Wrestle Media and our boys at the third announcers table. We will be in the building for the catalog class watch party. This is very interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting. So I know people, you did the same thing when you looked at the flyer. You go, wait a minute, where did rappers come from?
I was like, Biggie? But Biggie's been dead.
So as you guys know, our boys at the third announcer table, Mark Bays and Wrestling Ream, they're into the culture, they're into the music and such. So they came up with this idea where The Culture Clash will be not only the Survivor Series War Games watch party, but afterwards there will be another clash that occurs, another battle that goes on. It'll be New York City versus Atlanta music wise. So you guys in the audience, you guys in the crowd will decide who has the better music, New York City or Atlanta. 5:30 for the Survivor Series watch party, and the New York versus Atlanta Culture Clash after party will be at 9 p.m. Is that 9? Yeah, that's 9. That's 9
Yeah,
p.m.
9 o'clock. Yeah.
Make sure you check it out. This will be at 1114 DeKalb Avenue at Secret Pour. It's a nice venue too. I got to show you the videos of it. It's nice.
I saw that and I'm like, what's a secret pour? Are they going to be giving out like surprise shots or something? I didn't realize that was the name of the bar. My nephew was like, no, that's the name of the venue. I'm like, oh, okay.
So yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting. And a shout out to once again the boys at 30 Ounces Table for putting that together. We're gonna be in the building. We're gonna be live. We're gonna be lit. And Ariana, not the grande. Be ready because you'll be recording again soon for us later on today.
That will be. Yes, I will.
Make sure you check her out as well as our boy Mike for History and Headlocks. That episode will be coming out soon. We had a little hiatus for the past couple of weeks. I myself was dealing with some stuff, and unfortunately, our girl had a sad passing in her family.
Yes,
and our condolences go to you and your family.
Thank you so much.
And I had a passing as well. My Facebook died by hacking. Sons of bitches! Damn you!
How they got you? How'd they get you? Why you?
It's I don't know. I guess they were mad about my political rants and for somebody.
Oh Lord, MAGA got you.
Yeah, exactly. MAGA got me. But we're back, guys. We're back in form and we're up and running. So
yes.
As always, don't go anywhere, guys. Stick around. Much to talk about. And as always, check you guys in a sec.
Bye, guys.
2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.